boy. Look at that. Welcome to the Tom Barnard podcast with the family and, of course,
co-host Catherine Brandt.
Andy Barnard.
And Kristen Bird.
Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So I was thinking about you guys this morning. I thought Alex was going to be here, but she's taking care of the children, apparently. You got a bunch of stuff to do. But this morning, there were 3 things in a row, and after the third thing, I just went, I got to sit back. I got to do some deep diving, first of all, to see what the hell's going on in the world, because people don't pay much attention to it, I'm sure. But I went through a bunch of different things. An example. And Catherine and I were talking about this a few days ago, so I thought I'd check again to see what a good way to go. Do you know that 90% of ice cream they sell in stores is not ice cream?
Yeah, didn't we talk about that on Friday?
Yeah, but
I believe so.
But it's much worse than I thought, and that's why I'm bringing it up again. It's
Basically plastic.
it's basically plastic. That's
It's
what it
oily.
is.
It's just oily.
Plastic cheese, plastic ice cream.
Well, it makes me think it's like when you finish eating it, you're like, why is there a film in my mouth? It's because there's so
Yes.
much oil.
It's
It's like palm oil, coconut oil. It's just disgusting.
Yep.
I know.
There's no question about that. And then what the hell was the other one this morning again? I was looking for, honey. Do you know the top 10 selling honeys in America is not really honey?
They're just corn
Yes.
syrup. Yep.
What the hell? Why can they call it honey?
That's why you buy your local honey from the farmer's
Yeah.
You
market.
gotta.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta.
I mean, you can
'Cause you
get
really don't
honey.
know.
You just have to know what to look for. Like if you're getting those like plastic bears, I'm pretty sure those are not actually honey.
That's
liquid
one
sugar.
of the brands that they were saying is most
Yep.
likely counterfeit honey.
No, we get real honey. We get maple syrup is another one. A lot of maple syrup out there isn't maple syrup. It's just
not maple syrup.
once
But you
again it's
can't
sugar and flavor.
call it maple syrup. You call it. It's called something else. It's not maple syrup. It's like
Yeah, it's like pancake syrup or something like
pancake
that.
syrup. Yeah.
If you like honey and maple syrup, which my children certainly do, make sure to look for honey and maple syrup, those words on the case, because
It's
otherwise
got to be real honey.
Yeah, I don't think they can call fake honey though. Can they?
They
I
did.
wonder.
I don't know.
A lot of them do.
They probably
Still,
tried, at least.
They still come in a bottle that says honey on it. I'll
What
tell you that.
about? Oh, but if you get your local honey, if you have like pollen allergies, it helps with your allergies.
Yeah.
So.
Yes,
heard.
there's,
It's
A
much
lot
there's,
of
better.
good benefits.
there's a ton of really good local honey down here in Florida because there's so many crops. So many crops. So they've got lots of bees and they make lots of honey.
It's all true. So, is anything we're getting from anyone real now, or is it all
Yeah,
fake?
you just got to read the labels. My sister used
Yeah.
to make fun of my father. She would take him to Sprouts back when they both lived in
Oh,
Arizona.
yes, Sprouts.
And he would be in there for days reading every label. And this is like 15 years ago. He was like, I'm not buying any counterfeit this and counterfeit.
Yeah.
He knew
He's
about
onto
it. back-
something.
He knew about it, and he never was on the internet. The only thing he ever did was like maybe research something. So yeah, this has been a thing for a while.
But
Yeah.
it's why people constantly say it doesn't taste like I remember because
Right.
the ingredients have shifted
Yep.
so often. And
Yeah. There's something about strawberries too. There's some sort of fungicide or something, or they destroy the
Right.
soil because it has a fungus in it, and they sterilize it. And so I haven't had a good tasting strawberry in years. I don't even eat them anymore. I think they're gross.
we have
way to tell
delicious ones out here.
strawberries- Yeah, that's the thing. It kind of has to be locally grown because the way to tell a good strawberry is what's called the pith, which is the white part inside. The less of that, the better the strawberry. If you cut it in half and it's all red, that's the best strawberry there is.
So good.
Oh,
We don't get those in Minnesota because we have a very harsh winter climate during their growing season. So
Yeah.
a
Yep.
lot of the time you'll cut it in half and it's literally like a millimeter of red and then all the rest of it inside is white.
Oh.
Which, yeah, that's not the good. Although there are white strawberries, which are different, and those are all
Yeah.
white. And those taste good. So,
There you go. Thank you for the tips from everybody about always buy local honey from Moby Pete.
what we do.
Lord Darkstrider said, "Is it live or is it Memorex?" Okay, I don't know how that
Well,
ties in.
part of in my opinion, part of the reason why all of this food has gotten to be so ridiculous is because of government regulations. I
Yep.
mean, the maple syrup industry is heavily looked at in Canada. They can't produce too many. They can't do this. They can't do that. It's like they're maple trees. Let them tap them. They can only produce so much, yada, yada, yada. So it gets more and more and more expensive. So people turn to cheaper and cheaper and cheaper products.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the bees. The bees are dying out because of all the pesticides and all the garbage, even though you read articles, no, that's not true. It's not hurting the bees at all. How can it not be hurting the bees? They're collapsing all over the place.
Collapse.
Yeah, they do. Their populations just collapse.
Lazy bee.
I order from, there's maple syrup from, there's a place called Bard Woods Maple. It's out of Vermont, and they have a delicious array of maple syrup products like cookies, and there's candies, and of course maple syrup. It's so good.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
One thing on this topic that I like doing. So Reddit is a horrible website, and I never suggest anyone go there for any reason except for
Crazy.
there's a subreddit called Grandma's Pantry. So it's r/Grandma's Pantry. And what it is, it's people going to their grandparents' house and looking through their cabinets and finding things from like the 80s. They'll be like, look, I found a can of beans from 1978 that's been sitting in the back of this corner for this past 50 years. And a lot of them will upload the label of these things as well, like the nutrition facts and stuff. And it's always very interesting reading through the nutrition facts of things based on the decade. It was like, we went through a period, I think, like in the 70s where everything was just nothing but crap.
Yep.
And then things kind of started to get better for a while, and then they started getting crappy again. It seems like the 80s and 90s were like peak, good, aside from like, before the 70s. But,
I don't know. 90s was the big diet craze. Remember those like Madewell cookies? And
diet stuff is always
low fat.
Low fat. And the yogurt, they were trying to make the yogurt, like everything had aspartame in it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
The cookies, the yogurt.
That's how it is now. Oh my God. There's things like if you go to the UK or Japan, most of their candy has aspartame in it because they have tax laws. If something has too much sugar in it, it gets taxed at some egregious percentage. So what they do is they cut the sugar, replace it with aspartame. So even if it's not labeled as like diet or low calorie, Iron Brew is a good example. That's like that famous Scottish soda. That's like their claim to fame, their soda. The normal, like just normal everyday Iron Brew, it's full of aspartame because of the sugar import tax.
See, government regulations interfering with absolutely everything.
Yep.
That's an awful regulation. They need to get rid of it.
What was it? What was it in the cake mixes and the brownie mixes?
Oh, it was.
The kids
you're right.
Kids like to eat the the cake mix or whatever with a spoon, and it had something nasty in it. I think in the 90s. I can't remember what was in there, but these places like Cargill and everything that own all the seeds and own all the everything and contribute millions and millions and millions of dollars to politicians, they get what they want.
Well, there you have it.
To our detriment. So make America healthy again, please.
All right, so segueing on to other things like politics, could you guys find me somebody I could believe in that's involved in politics? Because I hate them all now, I've decided. I don't have anybody.
Hey, Amy Klobuchar finally said something that I agreed with.
Oh, what'd she say?
Well, there was an article on X today about in 2021, a boy from a small town in Minnesota committed suicide because of sexploitation. Apparently, they get these emails or they're on social media and they think they're talking to some girl or boy from their country, and it's from someplace else, and they talk them into sending them pictures of themselves naked, and then as soon as they get the picture of themselves naked, they say, "Oh, unless you start sending me money, I am going to release this photo of you to all your classmates." And they have all their contact lists because they get into everything. They hack into their system, and I guess there's been lots of kids that have killed themselves because of sexploitation. And I've always wondered, why can't social media sites do something about this? I feel like they could if they wanted to.
You've got Mark Zuckerberg on trial here in Los Angeles with some woman is suing him just based off of like, hey, you're creating these, the way social media is going, you're creating these unrealistic like body image issues with people.
Yep.
And she's suing him. He had to go and testify. I think it was last week or the week before. And if however this turns out, it could set precedent in terms of how social media is regulated, because they've been largely unregulated.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and if you think about it with AI, somebody could put your head on another photo, on somebody's body and say, see, this is your classmate. And I mean, how devastating would that be to a young person to have that happen? I
Well,
mean,
honestly,
that would
actually,
they'd
I
rather
think
be
for-
dead, literally.
I think for younger people in that case, that gives them an out. They can just say it's AI, it's not real. And everyone would believe it because everyone knows what AI is. They all know that it's everywhere. And people, I mean, like any picture, any video on the internet, there's people in the comments asking if it's AI, even if it's the most mundane thing, because everyone is just wary of everything being fake. So it's like, if there's incriminating stuff about you out there, no, it's not real. It's AI.
I
Everyone
think
will
when
believe
you're
it.
I think when you're a kid and you're being threatened and you are vulnerable and you don't want to, even tell your parents that you're doing this. I mean, if you're 12 and 13 years old and you're taking pictures of yourself naked,
That's
they're
illegal.
being talked into it, but they're being talked into it. That's very devastating to a young person. They're not savvy enough to worry about whether it's AI, in my opinion.
Right. If you're 15 thinking you're talking to another 15-year-old, you're
Yes.
just like, you're thinking
Yeah.
this is your boyfriend or girlfriend or
Right.
flirtation, someone you're talking to. And so
Exactly.
there's a lot of danger there.
There really is. So anyway, Amy Klobuchar is actually saying that she wants to take Meta and make them stop allowing this to happen. So I haven't agreed with one thing that woman has said in her entire time in government, which is about 175 years now. But finally, we can agree on something.
Yep.
I do miss her
Meta.
father. Got to be honest with you. I do miss her father. Jim Klobuchar was a great guy, but one thing about him was you could always tell how deep into the day he had gone, because he'd call me. I used to talk to him all the time on the phone, once in a while in person, but mostly on the phone. He was a good writer for the Star Tribune for many, many years. But honest to God, he would get so pissed off at me about some things. So he called me, Bernard, what the hell are you doing this? What's this all about now? I said, hey, Mr. Klobuchar, how are you? How's everything going? But God, he would get whipped up about some of the stuff that I did on the radio. It was hilarious. He'd be all jacked up about it. So what the hell? It all works out in the end. So, Kristen, what is happening? Now, we've decided the rest of the world is covered.
At least food.
Yeah, food's covered. Food's covered.
Food
We
is
all-
nasty, even
We
though
all need food.
we all need food, but we want good food. We want real food. That's what we
Yes,
want.
thank you.
Yeah.
Well, and even at that, if you go to Whole Foods, which is really good, you're giving all your dough to Jeff Bezos.
I know.
Jeff Bezos. This is my hot take. Jeff Bezos ruined Whole Foods when he bought it.
I agree.
So too.
Yeah.
It's not, we used to have this incredible, it's closed now, it's now Trader Joe's, but
Yeah, oh,
we
yeah.
had this gorgeous Whole Foods. It had a wine bar in it. It was just one of those like
Oh.
bigger ones, fancy ones. Had a great cold bar, great hot bar. And then the second he took it over, like all of the food was downgraded. And inventory, he has a different inventory system than Whole Foods did when they were independent. And sometimes you'd go and you'd be like, why are there no tomatoes? Well, because of his Amazon inventory system.
Oh, yeah.
And I get it. Like, you don't want things to go to waste, sure. But at the same time, you're like, if you want to go for something basic like a tomato or a banana and they're not there, it's frustrating. Because then you're like, okay, now I have to go to another store.
Kristen, he needs a bigger yacht every year.
600 million?
That's why you can't have a tomato.
Is that the new one, 600 million? Right?
Yeah,
I think it's like 640 million. It has that like weird statue that reportedly, he said it wasn't, but reportedly it's his wife, Lauren, like the curves and the boobs on the end.
God.
It everywhere with these people. Gross.
What is it called? It's called something like.
Called
Yeah.
narcissism on display.
Yes.
That's the
Oh, the
name of that one.
Koru. The Koru.
What's
It's
a
a 127 meter custom built sailing super yacht.
It's 500 feet long?
417 in total.
Oh, my God.
It's as long as a par five.
It was
Par five. That's
Par five.
crazy.
God.
And it was
that
delivered
big.
in 2023 for approximately $500 million.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Trader Joe's Trader Joe's. I agree. I like Trader Joe's.
I love Trader Joe's. It's one big snack, let's be honest. Like, there's so many
Yeah.
good snack things.
It really is. So I thought his total net worth was 500 billion is his
Yeah.
net worth, not million.
Yeah, this is like the 500 million super yacht's like nothing.
Who cares?
Oh, and I'm sure he's writing it off on his corporate taxes anyway.
Sure, wouldn't
Just
doubt
has
it.
to entertain a few politicians on there, and there you go.
I
Yeah.
would not doubt it. Yeah, they did a whole. What?
Oh, go ahead. You're still on topic. My thing is not on topic.
No, very, very quickly. I just watching some stuff this morning. They ran through all that stuff. One thing I will tell you about going on sites like YouTube or any news site on the internet and all the rest of it, I have never seen people be meaner to one another than they are right now on the
brutal.
so-called news networks. These people are vicious to one another. You can't even, like, why do you have your hand on your face, Kristen? What are you doing? It's like, what? Shut
So it's
up.
easier to punch you.
Yeah, exactly. You punch me right in the face.
What she really means when she's wearing her glasses is that's my best. That's the
I mean
favorite
business.
one. Yeah.
I mean,
You
business.
say good morning. What they really mean is
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's so. I cannot watch any political discussions because the screaming and the yelling and the oh my god.
It's a waste of time, to be
It is.
honest.
It
It's a
is.
waste, and it's a waste of emotional energy. Because if one pundit
Yep.
kind of gets you all riled up, you're like, "What's the point? You and I are not going to be able to debate them." So it just ruins your day.
did
It
the
is. You're right.
actors awards get all political?
No, there were some really nice emotional moments with
Oh.
the actor awards. Because first of all, Catherine O'Hara won for the studio.
Oh, that's great.
And Seth Rogen did the most beautiful acceptance speech for her. It was just beautiful. And I don't think there was a dry eye in the house for that. Michael J. Fox, at the beginning of the show, if anyone hasn't seen the show before, it's on Netflix, so if you want to watch the rerun of it, it's available. But they always start the show of people tell a little bit of their story, maybe how they got their SAG card, and at the end they say, I am an actor. So, that Kate Hudson did it. I'm just trying to remember who else. I think Delroy Lindo, but Michael J. Fox did it. And it just was
How's he-
really nice to see him.
he-
He's struggling,
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
He's been
not,
like he's had Parkinson's for how long now? A really long time.
At least 30 years, right?
I'm going to say about 35 since he was
This
diagnosed.
is really bad too.
It's bad.
Yeah.
He does get around by a wheelchair mostly, but you can understand him. So his vocal quality is still good. But it was really nice
good.
to see him. And Harrison Ford got the Lifetime Achievement Award, and I don't think there was a dry eye in the house for that either, because Harrison Ford, kind of curmudgeonly, kind of known to be that, but as he's gotten older, he's gotten very sentimental. He's 83,
Yeah,
and
he
it was
is.
such a beautiful speech. It was just really lovely. So he's very grateful for the career that he's had, and I think that was nice to see after him being so grumpy for so many years.
Right.
Michael J. Fox was in fact diagnosed in 91. So yeah, 35 years. You were right
Oh,
on.
wow.
Wow.
You know what's interesting about that story? About 1 month before that, he appeared on a local morning show in Minnesota and mentioned that he didn't feel well. He was on my show a month before they diagnosed him. But he said he felt really uncomfortable and something didn't feel right. So I haven't talked to him in years and years now, but yeah, I remember he would come on the show once in a while, talk about how it was going, but it's been a long time since I talked to him. Nice guy, really nice guy.
Very nice family. When I was
Yep.
in New York, I used to teach like little kids dance classes, like 3 and 4-year-olds, and his son Sam took my ballet class.
Aw.
So they were in my class for maybe a semester or two, and so sometimes Michael or his wife Tracy would come and pick up Sam, sometimes the nanny, but they very nice family, all of them.
Yeah, he's always seemed like such a nice guy.
Yup. I mean, that's one thing about this job that I really, really enjoy. You get to meet everybody in this business, and I forget about all that stuff that had happened over the last 40 years, since I started on the KQ deal 40 years ago. I've met everybody But I didn't really think about that. I started thinking about it about a month ago. It's like, God, I wonder how many people I've pretty much met everybody from everything. I suppose that's the same in your business, I would guess.
Yeah, I'm sure this is the same thing for you. Sometimes you think, did I interview them? I don't remember. And oftentimes, if someone passes away, I will literally do Kristen Burt, person who died, just to see, because oftentimes an interview will pop up and I'm like, that's right. I saw them at this event.
Yeah.
Because when you start reaching numbers of thousands of interviews, I know I'm in the thousands at this point.
Yeah.
You're, I'm sure, in
like
thousands of interviews at that point.
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy. It just starts to blur into one, and certain ones will always stand out to you, but there are moments you're like, that's right, I did cross paths with them, and there's something nice about having that opportunity throughout your career to do that.
I think we should go around the table here, all four people. The person you liked the most and hated the most that you interviewed. Not really hated, but didn't like them because they were a pain in the ass.
Well, you mean you and Kristen? Because
Go
I
back
haven't
and forth.
interviewed anybody.
Well, they've all come into studio. What are you talking?
Well, I know, but
Why don't we get more people talking at once? That's what we should do on this show, I think. But anyway, I just, Andy's met everybody. How many years has it been now, Andy?
It's coming up on 14.
Yeah, so you've met a lot of
Oh, yeah.
people.
yeah.
Oh, there's definitely been some people who I'm like, I could never talk to this person again and be happy. Most of them comedians during that period where all comedy was just, being bitter and angry.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is very, very true.
God, we had some comedians in there were like, oh my God, this is the most painful show I've ever had.
Yeah.
But by the same token, when I got fired from KQRS, who stepped up? All the comedians.
Well, yeah, some of our
the
best
good
shows were all
ones. Yeah.
The
comedians.
good ones. There was for a while there on your podcast, I was on, and I want to say it was like Fridays or something, that the comedians would come on, and somehow I was on with them for like a year or something like that. And there were a couple that would slide into my DMs after the show.
Of course they did.
Yeah, and there was one in particular, and I'm like, aren't you married?
Oh,
He's very famous now, too, by the way.
Wait a
And
minute.
every time I see them, I always think about that. I'm like, what would your wife and kids say?
Yeah.
And they're famous. They are out there right now. So I'll whisper to you guys off camera, but I always think about that.
Ick.
how about a first name? Just the first name.
If I told you the first name, you would know. Everyone would know right away because it's not
they
a super
would.
common first name. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll text
We know-
it to you, Tom.
We know it wasn't Louis Anderson.
it was not Louis
Louis.
Anderson.
I miss Louis.
You're not his type.
And it was not Jay Farrow. Jay Farrow is a delight. He and his sister were
is.
on, and I was on at the
Very
same
nice.
time. And I've kept in touch with them, just social media stuff, and both of them are so lovely.
They
So
are.
Right.
They're very
not Jay
nice.
Farrow because I was on with them.
Oh, somebody mentioned way up on the comments about Kelly Osbourne with the Ozempic face. That she looks.
yeah.
She doesn't look anything like herself now, and
So the Brit Awards were on over the weekend, and both Kelly and Sharon Osbourne were there. They were honoring, of course, Ozzy. And Kelly and Sharon have both admitted to using Ozempic, but both of them have also said, because they're both very, very tiny right now, that they are deep in grief and that they need some time to work things out.
weren't Sharon and Ozzy divorced?
They were not. They were married. They got back together.
Oh, they
Every
got
time
back
he cheated on her, she would
together.
come running back. They were together till the end.
God.
Oh, okay. I
She
thought they
loved
were
him
divorced.
unconditionally and literally unconditionally. But Kelly has just said, she goes, I'm not doing well. I mean, she's been very upfront and admitting it and asking people to back off. So I think she is struggling to eat, maybe in deep depression with the loss of her father. And she doesn't look well. She doesn't look well. But I don't think it helps all of us, like going in her comments on social media being like, eat a cheeseburger, because it's not that. It becomes maybe an eating disorder at that point, and it's psychological help that she needs, not fans.
Did you ever interview live Ozzy Osbourne?
I did not. I did
Okay.
not.
Well, I'll pretend to be Ozzy, and then you ask me a question, and I'll be Ozzy Osbourne, and I swear to God, this is how he answered every question.
Ozzy, what is your favorite song that you've ever sang?
Yeah.
When he would say when like 20 times.
Did he have a stutter or was that drug use? Because I feel like his brain was not well from a lot of
I
drug use.
feel like he had dementia probably from drug use.
Probably.
There's something wrong with his brain because there's been many, many interviews with him where he's just struggling to answer the question.
Yeah.
And that went back to even the early 2000s when they were at the height of their fame, when they had that reality show on MTV. They were so huge at that point. He wasn't well then, and that's, we're going back to 2003, I want to say, somewhere around there.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. What the hell? Well, what I have to do now is rely on you for suggestions because I literally watched TV for about an hour and a half last night, and I hate everybody on television now.
Why do you hate everyone on television?
Oh, the news is just
Well, because the
horrible.
news you're allowed, but what about not
God.
actors though? Like you like your TV shows.
Yeah, I do like my TV shows, but then you find out what a pain in the ass some of those actors are.
Yeah, it's best not to know.
It's best not to know. You're
It
absolutely.
really is.
You're
I
right
think
about
that we always talk about how tech disrupts Hollywood, but in that, social media disrupted Hollywood, and it disrupted what the red carpet's like. It disrupted us buying People magazine at the airport because they're accessible now. Like now, I can go and hear what George Clooney has to say, or whomever has their social media account. Because they're there all the time. And a lot of them are making tons of money on social media as influencers now, not as movie stars. So that mystique isn't there anymore.
There was a podcast. I don't remember the name of the podcast, but apparently they had an episode where they said that MTV is the one that killed rock and roll. That they decided that rock and roll just wasn't going to be a thing anymore, and rap was where it was at, and that because it was very popular still, and MTV killed it. Does anybody remember those days?
There was a major music shift from the 80s to the 90s. Like if you look at what was popular in the late 80s to the shift into Nirvana, but then you shift into the hip hop culture really coming into play, and that just. It just has to do with trends, I think. I think it'll cycle back, honestly. Everything cycles back at a certain point.
One could only hope it had cycle back so things are entertaining again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
God, they ran a thing. I can't remember what channel I was watching this morning. They ran a thing of the wealthiest people in the world. There are people well into the trillions of dollars. Trillions. Not billions, trillions of dollars.
Just send me $1 million. I'll be good.
Yeah, 1 million would be pretty good. That's a million.
$1 million.
Isn't it?
No, that doesn't sound right.
A million.
Somebody do the math.
Do not look at me to do the math.
Somebody do the math, no question. But no, oh my God! But seriously, the money that is out there,
I don't know.
it's pretty amazing.
It
There's
is
no
pretty
question.
amazing.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
All right, what should I watch tonight?
What should you watch? What? Go and watch the SAG Awards, the Actor Awards. Go and watch Harrison
back.
Ford. I think you're going to go. Yeah, it's on Netflix if anyone wants to go and watch it. There'll be some new things coming on later this week, so we'll be talking about them. But there's nothing new tonight. So
I will tell.
catch
I
up
never
on your
met
old favorites.
I never met him in person, but I interviewed him a couple of times. He's a great guy to interview. Really nice, as a matter of fact. That was a long time ago. I was trying to think of what he was in. God,
Harrison
that was
Ford,
a long-
Indiana Jones,
Yeah,
Star
one of those
Wars.
Oh yeah, Star Wars.
Well, some movie, but it was a long time ago. But yeah, he was very.
He did all the
pleasant,
He did a lot of the Jack Ryan movies, which were
Oh, yeah.
really good.
That
He's
might be
he's
right.
had a great career, and
Well, yeah, he deserved it.
he's married to Callista Flockhart, Ally McBeal.
See, right there.
Now, Tom was watching something on YouTube about these actresses. It's like they were all hot. Every man wanted them, blah, blah, blah. And here they are today. And it's like they're showing women that are like 20 and then 95 and 100. It's like, what?
That's very
Of
true.
course you can't recognize somebody from 20 to 100.
Women are not allowed to age, but men turn into silver foxes. You're just like blah blah blah.
What do you mean by silver? What do you mean silver?
I know.
He's like, look at my good hair.
Barbara Eden, is she still around?
She is, and she's like 95, I want to say, and she
Yeah.
looks good.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I just was like, Barbara Eden, my God.
94. So she's
She's
94. She'll be 95 in August. And you would definitely recognize her. Like if you see a photo of her, you will know who she is. Even
Absolutely.
At 90. Yeah.
There were quite a few that were in their 90s. I was so surprised.
All right, young lady, another just that half hour just blows by, and it's your fault. Let's be honest.
Always to blame. But I will see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Have a good
Bye.
one. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristen Burt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We shall take a break. Be right back in studio. Are we fired up? They got a smile. That's good.
So fired up.
All right, we'll be right back right after this. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Let's talk about my bank. That'd be North American Banking Company. Look, it's easy to feel like just another account number at big national banks, but that's not how it works with my friends at North American Banking Company. Whether you're visiting their locations in Roseville, 50th and France, Hastings, Woodbury, Shoreview, or Maple Grove, you'll always find real people who know you by name and actually care about your finances. Not some AI chatbot. They also offer all the modern conveniences you expect, like online and mobile banking, but with a personal touch that only a community bank can offer. So why settle for less when you can bank with my friends? And again, I don't call somebody my friend if they're not my friends. I mean, Bilski's not the greatest friend. No, just kidding. They are my friends at North American Banking Company. Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I like the pillows.
How come you didn't bring any pillows with your name on them?
I don't know why I didn't. Why didn't I? This is good merch, babe.
It is.
We just took a picture of it with. I was like, good branding.
Wait a second. You brought your own stand for your phone so you could... Really?
She's a pro. You got a video yourself doing stuff.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
But you know what? Okay. I didn't know this was going to turn into a shopping segment, but how fun is this? All right.
Yes, right.
So
Well,
it fits in your purse.
No way.
That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
and it's got a little remote control that you can do to go that if you install the software, but I don't because I'm scared.
And you can also use it as a club in case you're attacked.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whack. Right there.
Right
So
there.
Tiffany-
Probably a one-time use club, but still, that's all you need
That's
if you
okay.
do it
All
right.
right.
You need it,
Selfie
right?
stick if you want to do that.
It all works out in the end. Tiffany, how have you been? It's been a while.
I know. How what's up? I haven't seen you guys. Boy, Andy and I were just talking about a year and a half. I think.
At least.
About a year and a half.
We were just talking about an era when we were doing the podcast, kind of maybe 5 years into it, where the comedians that were running through town were just so not good. It's gotten way better. It's gotten way better again. Thank God.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Yes, I reacted too much to that premise. No, yeah, like it's. I love, but you always love Minneapolis because you get a variety of appearances and performances.
That's true.
There's really soup to nuts. You can seek out and find pretty much anything that you really, really want. I think
People
That's
are
true.
wondering if Tiffany has a last name.
I do. It's Norton. Tiffany like the jewelry store. Norton like the antivirus software. I don't get money either.
And every time I've said it for the several years I've known you, I'll say, Tiffany Norton. Because of Jackie Gleason.
There's a reference.
Hey, Norton.
I know
Nothing wrong with that.
That one and Eddie Murphy
Yep.
from him doing Ralph Cramden
Yep.
in his special.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I was in 4th grade. I still have beef with Eddie Murphy for that because I wasn't allowed to watch whatever that special was. I wasn't until it was like high school when I figured out what the joke was.
Oh.
Everybody just said it to me and I didn't understand at all.
Yeah, I remember in grade school,
What
there
about-
was this kid whose mom's name was Nancy. And Raffi, do you remember Raffi? He has a song called Anansi. It's about this like African god named Anansi who's a spider.
Oh, okay.
And so this kid's mom's name was
Okay.
Nancy, and I was like, Anansi is a spider, and he started crying.
Oh,
And I was like, I'm just singing a song. And that's the day I learned that you really can't make jokes about that sort of thing, even if they're harmless, unless the person is in the know. I still remember that.
Crying.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know, like
What
saying
grade?
something like that isn't exactly mean or anything, but I guess if you don't know what they're talking about, then it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, what's your problem, guys?
What grade was this, Andy?
Probably second or third.
Oh, I was going to say, if it was,
It was
seventh,
actually my
it
first
would have
year
been
of college.
hormones. It would have been hormones that made her cry, but I don't know. about
There you
second or
go.
third. I'm not sure.
Exactly. So, Tiffany, what have you been doing? I know you've been working. That I know.
yeah. I just got back from Duluth. That was super fun. Hadn't been up in there for a
Love
while.
Duluth.
Cold up there?
Love Duluth.
You know, it really wasn't that bad.
No?
Not for Duluth.
When did you
Not-
get back?
It was last weekend, 2 weekends ago. So it wasn't the really
Oh,
bad cold.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just missed the huge amount of snow that they got.
Yep.
That big storm. I think that came through Wednesday, and I just missed
Lucky.
it on Saturday night. But that's always. Have you ever gone and seen stand up at the Dubliner in Duluth?
No.
Okay. Well, if you run through there, it's fun. It's very old schooly, I think. I didn't get to go to the old clubs like Mickey Finn's or any of that when
Yeah,
comedy really
yep.
started in the 80s. But to me, that's kind of what I think this vibe it has. It's small. You can maybe only fit like 50, 60 people in it. And I swear it's packed. And they do 2 shows every Saturday pretty much during the winter. And at 10 o'clock, there's some amazing drink special. And every college girl in town arrives, just like we used to at the club, with no coat, bustier, jeans, wearing old clothes. My mom came to see me and her friends at the show. She's like, my stars, they must be freezing. I go, no. The adrenaline keeps you warm standing in line to get in the club, shaking with your little ID. You know?
Well, I'm really glad. Seriously, I'm very, very glad that you reached out. Or did Andy, you reach out to her and she reach out to you?
She reached out to me, but
That's what I-
interestingly,
yeah.
I told her because you commented on one of our videos like a few weeks ago, and I was like, I should talk to Tiffany.
I
We haven't
remember
really
that.
talked in a while.
Yep.
And then you emailed me, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I don't have to do anything, as usual.
So is life good? I mean, you still involved in any radio at all?
You know, I'm not. It's doing this, a little bit, but it's I don't know. I thank you for that question. Honestly, like I miss it every single day. It was absolutely my favorite job in the world, and I'll never
Yeah.
probably ever have a job as good again. However, and I'm glad I got the opportunity. But
Oh, yeah, I understand that.
you know better than I do. I mean, you're the vet in this room. I mean, what can you even say anymore?
Yeah.
What can you even say?
Yeah.
You thought the sales management, the micromanagement, that was bad before?
Sometimes I listen to those old bits, and I'm like, couldn't do that today.
No.
Couldn't do that today.
No.
Couldn't do that today. And it's like, you really can't do anything that made those radio shows really popular in the 80s or 90s. Like
Yeah.
prank calls. You can't. I'm pretty sure prank calls
No,
are
you can't.
illegal.
They are. That part I kind of get because they were
Yeah.
screwing with people's businesses, you know what I mean? And that's,
Yep.
but like,
But like even cash call, I don't think you can do cash. Can you cold call people anymore with things like that? I don't know if you can anymore.
Good
if you're on
question.
a do not call list, you probably can't.
Yeah, a lot of that kind of thing that won't work anymore.
Yeah. Well, and I think I think where a lot of media just in general has gone wrong is all I hear is people that tell me they're experts. I don't hear the people. I don't hear callers.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything that isn't
Right.
pre-edited and programmed
Yep.
to that off a ramp. I don't hear anything new or original or I mean, the best moments of radio are like when someone says something and you just shut the whole room down because everybody's just gobsmacked that you just said that.
Right.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen unless it's live. You have to be dancing on, the trapeze or doing. I don't think you dance on a trapeze. Whatever you do.
Well,
the things.
you could. It'd be hard.
We're very
Really, really carefully.
I did not know this. You cannot do secret phone calls anymore. You have to identify yourself in the first 30 seconds of the call. Well, how is that funny then?
Well, it's not, but that's why. That's
Right.
the thing is you just can't do it anymore.
Right.
Well, plus everybody's got caller ID now.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody'd answer the phone.
That's true.
I don't ever answer the phone.
No,
suppose that
I
is true.
literally do not answer the phone unless I know who's calling.
Yeah,
I have it automatically
absolutely.
screening. If it's an unknown number, it just goes right to screening.
Yep. I'm not going to answer it anymore.
I mean, it's interesting that you're in because in the last few months, again, not several, but the last few months, I've had people call me and ask me if I have any interest in going back on and doing a radio show. And I haven't really responded much to that. Is it anywhere? I haven't been on the radio now in 3 years, if you can believe that. But is radio anything like it used to? Yeah.
Where were you, Tiffany? I don't remember.
KS95.
Ah.
And then, and I would fill in occasionally on my talk after that and whatever. Because I was an executive producer. I always worked on teams and shows.
Okay.
But I mean, so I never soloed really as a DJ other than fill in or someone was sick or whatever. But so I miss show prep. I miss getting ready. I miss going, oh my God, I have the perfect audio clip for this and no one else is going to think of it on Think Tank or whatever prep service that you're, using. Like my goal as a producer was always to find things that no one was talking about yet, and I know that would make the phones ring because I answered the phones, like I just miss callers. I miss screening calls. That was always the best.
Tom, what show prep?
Yeah, really.
What do you mean show prep? What?
I didn't even know you were going to be on today because I forgot. That's how much show prep we do.
I know.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm like, am I in the right place? And he's like, he explained about the baby. So.
Yeah, Colin's getting his canines, which apparently are the worst ones for some reason. You'd think they'd be the least worst because they're like points.
They're pointy.
But,
Yeah.
but no, apparently those are the ones that hurt the most. I can tell. He's biting everyone and everything.
Oh,
a lot of the wood in his crib is missing its veneer now because they chewed it off.
Whoops.
I mean, I don't.
Oh my
I
God.
think the teething phase might be the single worst part of raising a young child.
Some kids, they just sail through it and some kids suffer horribly. I don't know what that is. I don't know why.
I had teased this when he walked in because I got this, and I don't, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not trying to be somebody like giving like advice for babies, but my old daycare lady who was one of 16 children, she had her own in-home daycare. Yeah. And I'm telling you, those kids, she had them all a little marched up. She was an amazing. Shout out to any home daycare person because if they do their job well, they're amazing. But when the babies would be teething, she would give them dill pickle spears. And the vinegar dries out their gums.
Oh, yeah.
And it's cold. And if you think, remember, we always used to bite them on the nookie thing, the rubber cold things to help them. It's the same thing, but the vinegar helps cut through and dry the gums out.
I wonder if that's why Ethan used to love pickles so much when he was that age. He used to eat pickles like crazy, and now he doesn't anymore.
Well, yeah.
Well, give it a shot.
Right? And then just watch their mouths because, they can't really chew up the skin. So you watch them while they do it, right? But they'll grab that thing and they'll mush it and then the seeds are going to come down.
Oh, God.
It feels so good for them. I don't know why.
It's
but
not a bad idea. I think we have
No.
pickles.
Let's get the baby. Let's do a break.
Yeah.
Let's drive over half an hour home. And
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah. Where's that baby at?
It's definitely worth an
in
Instagram
about
post.
2 hours, we can try our new experiment.
I want a grandchild so bad. I need material. I'm pumping mud here. I can't talk about politics. Come on.
Yeah.
I need fresh blood.
And the people in the chat we were talking about what you can't say on radio anymore, and everyone's talking about the old Tony Lee bits.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Reminds me of so we do this thing called the Lost Episodes, which is these very, very old episodes of the podcast that you can't get anymore because they're not published anywhere.
God.
And I put them up I take out the ads and stuff, and I put them up so you can. They're on YouTube and they're on our RSS feed. If anyone's interested in listening to content from 14 years ago, almost.
I am.
And
Yeah.
our first episode ever was Nick Swardson.
Oh my God.
I remember-
Nick.
Good move.
I remember he called
Nick.
in, and Dad answers the phone. He says, "Hello, Nick Swardson," and I'm like, "Should I edit that out, or is that okay?" I
That's
left
Nick.
it in. I don't know.
That's Nick Swartzen. Right. Well, you know what? What's interesting, Tiffany, is, after I did get the hook a few years ago, you know who stepped up? Almost nobody stepped up for me outside of comedians. All the comedians stepped up. Whether, we just talking about Nick Swartzen and
Well,
Frank Caliendo, and we just got to go. Did you book Nick DiPaolo, Andy?
I've tried, but I haven't heard back from him. I'll send him another email.
Yeah, because he called in, he wanted to be on the show, but apparently he's on his show when this show is on. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's got a podcast, and then he immediately segues into a show. So apparently, he's just doing something all the time.
But yeah, I mean, to me, it's quite an honor that almost 99% of people that stood up for me were comedians. Almost
Well,
everyone.
Comedians need freedom of speech more than most.
Yeah, that's
Otherwise,
true.
what are you going to do? Sit there and
Yeah.
agree with whatever regime is in the city?
Yeah.
That is what a lot of people do.
Well, I don't, it's never, I didn't get into comedy to necessarily have you can't have everybody love you.
Yeah.
And radio's the
No,
same
no,
way.
exactly.
No.
And, I guess for me, as long as you're speaking from a truth and it's yours and it's not formed on money or someone gave you to sponsor something. See, that's where I just, I feel like we kind of lost the plot a lot of times with comedy. We've seen no offense to Joe Rogan, okay? No offense to what he's bought. He saw that ship coming long before.
Sure did.
than
He
anybody
did,
else.
yeah. Yep.
And he pioneered something. But, it went from a show that when it first started, it was funny. I could laugh at a guy who sounded like he was smoking weed talking about aliens. Like, that was funny. It's like, but it's almost like they've said too much. They've been on air too much. And
Yeah.
then you get to the point where you start, people are like, well, you used to say this, or you start getting trapped into
Yep.
what is this? And you're receiving all this money, and now there's
Yep.
influence on you to keep, you know how it is when you're on a number one show, how much pressure is there to just keep it being number one? Don't
Right.
wade in the weeds. And that's not where art is. That's not fun.
No.
We got to challenge in a respectful way,
You see a lot of that with people during the shock jock era. They would just say the most outlandish things, and they
Yeah.
didn't even believe 90% of them. I don't think, but I mean, they'd say
Right.
these things that, out of context, sound very, very bad.
Yeah.
And a lot of them pivoted into this very Puritan, pristine image of I would never belittle anyone,
Right.
I'm a man of people. And it's clear they're trying to make up for the fact that they said all these things before and refurbish their image. And I think it's just I don't know. I don't think you need to do that.
Well,
I
if
have-
you want
I have,
if you want
uh,
sponsors,
Well, there is that. I mean, although people will play clips. I mean, there was this Butterface competition from the Howard Stern show that came back 30 years later, and everyone's outraged about it again. And it's yeah, it was gross, and I've never thought anything like that was funny, but it's it was 30 years ago. Half these people are probably dead. Does it even
Yeah.
matter anymore?
Well, yeah, but I guess, yeah, I mean, you do want sponsorships, I guess, but I guess for me, maybe this is just easy to say because I haven't had a bunch of time, tons of financial success or whatever, but I feel like it's more honest to get the money from the people than
Yeah.
the corporations, because I've just watched
Yeah.
it. I've been in too many of those sales meetings, guys. I've been into this. You're going to go and you're going to endorse this product and you're going to get filmed and you're going to say, oh, I lost all this weight, or oh, I quit smoking, or I had all this stuff. And then I work with these people on a daily basis. 6 months later, the same problem's back. It's just now we'll never talk about it because now it looks like the product didn't work. And so now I have to adopt
Yeah.
myself, for some money I
Yeah.
took 6 months ago for this contract I signed for a job that, it gets to the more it just feels like cobwebs, and I hate control. I hate being in control.
Didn't Katy Perry or one of those, women like her have something like that?
Britney
where-
Spears. It was she endorsed Diet Pepsi, and she
Yeah.
but she
Oh,
only
yeah.
drank Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And so they were like, hide it.
Yep.
You can't have it at any stage production. You can't have it behind set. Can't serve it. Can't nowhere. No Diet Pepsis. Well, but she's the queen of pop. So of course, literally, her friends, of course, go
Literally.
and get her some bootleg Diet Coke. And there's a paparazzi that sees a picture of the Diet Coke. Boom.
Big scandal.
Yes.
Yep. And
I
that's
have
what
a
I
question
mean.
for you. I have a
Yeah.
question for you. I can barely tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi when I drink it.
I think most people can't.
They taste the exact same, so why would you need to turn on your own advertiser?
Oh boy, I got to go hard left on you there. There's no
Really?
substitute for Diet Coke. Diet Pepsi is nowhere. Now, Coke and Pepsi, I'll give that to you. But
Yeah,
in a can, Diet Coke, I don't know. There's an
Yeah?
extra zhuzh. There's something.
There's an
Je ne sais
extra
quoi.
zhuzh.
There's a je ne sais quoi.
To
Yeah,
this
there you
Diet
go.
Pepsi.
Yeah. Maybe they still got a little, what was it? The original formula had real Coke in it. So maybe there's a little,
No, maybe.
little,
Yeah.
they say
Yeah,
Diet
maybe.
Cokes are like super addictive. And I agree. They're really
Yes.
good.
It's good. No question.
Diet Coke for sure. Clown Shoe 79 says Diet Coke for sure. This is
There you
coffee.
go.
I'll switch to Diet Coke. Actually,
All right.
wait.
You might have one with you.
If
There you
anybody
go.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my God, she carries
I've got
it
a
with her.
Diet Coke here.
Diet Coke. We'll take a quick break. Be right back. More with Tiffany Norton. Where are you appearing?
Next, I'll be at the Dirty Comedy Show at the Spring Street Tavern. I'll grab you the date real quick. I gotta.
All right, we'll be right back and give
Yeah,
us a
get
date.
your
That sounds
deets.
good. We'll be right back. John Bryant, Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong, but suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing. And people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant. It's Tom for Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Wellshire is a place I highly recommend. Wellshire is a memory care focused facility, has a full nursing team always staffed within the building 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire of Medina now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally, and they're a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They're the best staffed memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends, and they are indeed my friends. I'm not making that up. At Wellshire. Set up a tour or learn more at wellshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com. Oh, we're rocking out, man. We're rocking out. All right, Tiffany Norton with us, ladies and gentlemen. Tiffany, I have a question for you. Oh, it's actually a question from somebody kind of sitting next to me.
All right, I'm rolling.
So do you have any interest in ever getting back into radio?
Oh God, yeah. But I mean, it's all the time, every day. I mean,
Nice.
I do. I miss it. I miss it a lot. It was really, 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 really a fun job. Really hard. A lot of weird hours. A lot of criticism. A lot of judgment. A lot of if you make a mistake, boy, everybody sees it. Everybody heard it. So there's tons of accountability. But I do better under pressure. If I don't have pressure, I just kind of flounder.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's some pressure for you.
Right? You mean I have to do it? Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought I'd ask you that question because it's just like, I don't know. It's, well, down here, radio down here is not very good. I mean, it's.
Do you listen to radio down here?
When I'm in the car, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. all the time. And I know a couple of the people in this market, and they're really good people and really nice, very, very talented. But I suppose radio is not what it used to be, so therefore it's not, attracting all the talent that it used to.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe what good thing will happen is the hedge fund people that bought it, now that there's not as much money in it, will get out of it.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully.
smaller groups will buy it and bring it back to what it was. Rather
Local
than,
It'll be
ownership.
like more of an underground thing like it used to be.
yes,
Yep.
instead of all of this corporate bullshit.
I agree.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
I'm gonna throw it out there. It's pretty obvious. I think we all just agreed. Let's buy a radio station. Let's go.
All right, I'll give him a call.
$10.
Let's
I
go.
like it.
I'll give him a call. See if we can work it
A
out.
listener just asked, does Tiffany have an X account or somewhere we can follow?
So Facebook, TiffanyNorton.com or comedian Tiffany Norton. I don't have an X account anymore. Really, I started Twitter when everybody else did, and then no one ever liked any of my stuff, and I'm a narcissist, so I just gave up on it.
There you
Like,
go.
you're not gonna like. I mean, I thought it was a good joke, and nothing, not a one anyway. But I am on Blue Sky. If anybody's on Blue Sky, which I love, and also Tiffany the comic. Otherwise, Tiffany or comedian Tiffany Norton on YouTube, wherever.
Well, our social media manager says you have to be on TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
I have a TikTok. I don't have it on my phone. Figure out. I thought they were being operated by the Chinese. I can't keep up. I don't know what's happening. I'm not giving my content to everybody.
Apparently, TikTok's where we somehow have a TikTok page, and I guess we get likes and stuff, and we don't do anything on it. None of us have TikTok on our phones.
Right. It's superior in the sense of, though, like from a fascination standpoint, like it will just feed you reels and reels and reels of things that feel so personal and deep to you. I totally get why everybody wants to control that
Yeah.
algorithm.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thomas Warhol wants to know where we're going to get radio money.
Where are you going to get radio money?
And Jay asks, is Mexican
was
Coke
toots.
still available? Yes,
Yes.
actually, my local little grocery store in my small
Oh.
town always stocks it, and it's what I buy. It's
Costco
really
has
don't-
that on occasion.
yeah.
Yeah, the grape. Yeah, of course. Once again, you have to buy 40 cases at a time, but
Well, yeah.
but they do have it on
It
occasion.
really is the best.
We already got our first drop. Somebody sent in a mornings with Tom and Tiffany. They're sending it to me right now, so if it gets here in time, it'll show up on my watch. Tom and Tiffany already. They already got it up there.
TNT Dynamite.
Indeed.
We
Indeed.
gotta,
There's no question.
I would have to have you do that voiceover. I
Okay,
think.
another comment. Don't know Tiff, but Blue Sky tells me a lot. I don't.
Moving
You know
Jets.
what? I got to be honest. I don't know what Blue Sky is. What is it?
It's it's Twitter.
Yeah, it's literally Twitter.
It's literally Twitter. It's just that it's the algorithm is free. It the way things rise, you can't buy clicks, you can't buy a page.
Yet.
Celebrities can't go on and go do and then buy followers. Like, people actually have to follow you back. Now, there's been some bot infiltration, and you got to kind of watch some of it. But for the most part, it's also like early Twitter, where a lot of the bots are kind of like barely 18 bots.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're doing more of that. But yeah, I mean, it is what Twitter was, though. What Twitter was initially. So like, that's what I like about it, because I can go through, get my information, and I customize my feed. There's people I follow, people I don't. But that's where almost all the politicians are, and they actually see stuff. And it's not just, Democratic politicians. Like, there's a lot of people on there. Mark Cuban is always up in the chats. Like, there's a lot of, it's not to be diminished as just like, oh, well, that's just like, the Blue Sky, in my opinion, just has more of raw data and more of a raw feed. But it's not as fun as TikTok, where you get lots and lots and lots of videos. You get a lot of articles and stuff.
I just don't know how many social media sites we need in our lives.
I know.
I mean, seriously,
Well, I have a question for you, because
how do you keep track of them all?
why does everybody have to claim I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm left, I'm right?
It gets a lot of clicks.
Can't you see both sides of any argument?
Yeah,
I just
that's
don't
my fault.
understand that.
I think
Look
that's
at
just-
both.
That's how people are for everything, though, not just
They
politics.
are. I
mean,
know.
the famous joke out there, you like pancakes, so you must hate waffles. That's like, it's
Yeah.
it's not just about absolutely everything.
That is true.
Yeah.
And at my age, the thing that I always go back to when we think about that kind of thing is the console wars. Sega versus Nintendo.
Yeah, there you go.
If it's at home, then you were a Genesis kid, and you've had a Super Nintendo at home, you were a Nintendo kid. And if you weren't part of that camp, then you were an idiot and a loser. And I mean,
Oh, good
they did
Lord.
the same thing back then with the consoles that they're doing now with the politicians and their attack ads. Sega Genesis, they had that Genesis does what Nintendo don't, and it would show like babies playing on their Nintendo, and then they'd be like, "Oh, you're not a baby, are you? You're going to play our thing."
Right.
And politicians tap into that same thing. They're like, "Oh, well, you're not an uneducated moron, are you? You got to vote for us, because if you vote for them, then you're just a moron."
So they're grooming people for loyalty.
Pretty much,
Really?
yeah. It's all, and people are, they are, I don't know, hard coded to be loyal to things that don't matter for some
this
reason.
is true.
It's like it's tribalism.
It is,
yeah.
It's like
It
a
is.
football team, but I don't know when it got so popular. Because when I was a kid, if you remember Family Ties, remember that show?
Yep.
Family Ties? Alex P. Keaton, and he was the Nixon fan, and he was
Yep.
always lecturing
Yep.
his hippie parents about Republican, stuff. And oh shoot, now I kind of lost the thread on that, but like it feels like it used to be only nerds cared about politics.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it was
if
just
you were
like a
in
weird,
in
eggy
college-
thing to care about.
Yeah.
And now, like, everybody treats it like it's their football team.
Yep.
Like, they've got the gear and the and the da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and it feels like, I don't know. And I'm not saying it's one side or the other. I mean, me just saying I was on Blue Sky was like controversial AF in the chat here. Because
Are you a libtard?
I deleted Twitter before it became X. Okay, was I allowed to delete Twitter then? I had like 200 followers.
Yeah. I've been hating Twitter since well before it was cool.
That's
Anyway.
a nice touch.
Yeah.
I actually haven't been on social media probably on almost a month because I was on.
know.
I was on there quite a
you're
bit.
not really- yeah, you're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, I will again. I just trying to get through some stuff and figure things out in the future and that kind of deal. So I'll get back on the horse again because I do like talking to people on social media.
Just yesterday we went to the grocery store. We almost hit 5 people that are on their phone
On their
crossing the
phones.
street.
Yep, crossing the street. It's
You can't
terrible.
get through the grocery store
Yep.
without having to slide by people that are sitting in the middle of the aisle staring at their phone. They are on it all of the time, constantly. So
Yep.
social media apparently it's mesmerizing people to the point where they can't even function, I think.
I don't know how many Star Trek Next Generation fans we have out there, but it always reminds me of that one episode where they put that thing on and they're playing like this virtual reality game.
Oh yeah.
And eventually the whole crew is just like sitting in their chairs, like dead-eyed playing this virtual reality game. And I think Wesley is the only one who doesn't get sucked into it because I don't know why, because Wesley was kind of a Mary Sue character in the early seasons. But it really is just like some people, they'll literally just be, it's like they're not present anymore.
They aren't.
And it's like I spend a lot of time on my phone, but I don't get that sucked into it. I don't think. I'm always listening, but I've been doing that my whole life, doing other things while I do other things. That's kind of like my deal.
Double
Talking on the
screening.
phone with Max while I play video games. Remember that?
Sure,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, I was on the phone with Max for like 8 hours a day playing video games and talking to him at the same time.
God,
I
who was it
trained
that
myself well.
who did? Oh, now it disappeared. There was a post on there about I only listened to X for try to win the Jack's Cafe certificate from this.
Yep.
I got to talk to
Yeah.
Jack. We got to get that going again this summer. Jack's gift certificates are great.
Yeah, we've been talking to them. I think
Oh, you
Summer.
have been.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they're good.
Yeah.
Love it.
Northeast.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that place.
Yeah,
I haven't
it's
been there
great.
forever. And
It is a
what's
great place.
I love that place.
Got a little pond behind it, and you can get your own fish if
A
you
little
want.
trout.
A little trout. Yeah, you can. It's been there forever.
Can you still
as a matter-
catch your own trout?
I think
Yeah.
so.
I think so.
What? You could? I knew there was a fountain. Are you kidding? I could have caught a fish there.
Yep.
Oh my
Everybody
God.
should go in there in their old grumpy old men fishing hats and their little,
Yeah, there
little
you go.
vests and go sit
I
back
love it.
there and catch a fish.
No question about
Maybe you
it.
just net it.
Just rustle the paper at people.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
sorry.
just net it. Because I eat fish, but I don't want to meet the fish that I'm eating. Is that okay? Yeah.
I think it's fair.
Guilty.
Oh, here we go. You can net your own trout April through October.
Net it.
So it's got to be during the season.
Yeah, it's kind of out in that sunroom, so I'm guessing maybe they close that down in the winter.
Yep. Probably
Too hard
true.
to heat.
All right, why don't we take our final break, come back and wrap things up in just a couple minutes. We'll be right back. There's a cruise that I have been hearing about from my friends at Heart of the North Tour. It sounds amazing to me. It's the Alaska Cruise Tour. What is a cruise tour? It's a tour that features a cruise that includes a 7-day Princess Cruise tour of glaciers combined with glass-topped railway experiences and multiple nights at the Denali Wilderness Lodge, including the land meal package. You'll visit Denali National Park, Whittier, Hubbard Glacier, Glacier Bay National Park, stop at Anchorage, Juneau, Skagway too, and Ketchikan, of course. For more information, go to heartofthenorthtour.com or call 1-833-424-2700 to speak to Mike, who is a pro at arranging these amazing tours. It all happens August 8th through the 19th, and there are limited spots available, so book now. It's a trip of a lifetime that you don't want to miss. You've heard me and my family talking about, well, actually raving about fresh, dry snacks. God, how long ago did he first come in?
A couple of years now, I think.
I think it's been pretty close to a couple of years. Fresh, dry snacks are real food, no junk. They're made from real fruits, real vegetables, and real ingredients, not powders, not fillers, not fried snacks. What's on the label is what's in the bag. It's called the Fresh Dry Difference. They use a proprietary fresh dry process. They dry for flavor, not longevity. The result, real crunch, real nutrients, no frying, no oils. Right now they offer 5 veggie blends, 12 different fruit options, 6 granola bite flavors. Go to freshdrysnacks.com. Use code Barnard, Barnard, for 10% off your first order. Shipping is always free on orders over $100.
You know what I love about that ad?
What?
The fresh dried snacks. We were just talking in the first segment about how much fake food and garbage food is out there. Yeah, there you go. You buy this stuff, it's real food.
Real food.
No icky stuff in it.
No, it is really good. And like I said, we've known him for a couple of years. He came to, I think ours was the first show he ever appeared on. But it is a good product. I am not
It's a
just
great
because
product.
just because I like somebody, I'm not going to say their product is great unless it is great. I just don't do that. And this stuff is really good, no question about it.
It is.
Oh yeah.
No question. All right, what else is happening in the world?
Well, people are talking about Star Trek now in the chat.
They're talking about Star Trek in
Always
the
good to
chat.
spread the gospel, I think.
Does Star Trek have a version out right now? I don't even know.
There's been a million Star Trek shows.
Yeah.
The most recent Star Trek show I watched was Voyager. So it's been a while.
A long time, I think.
Oh,
A very long. Voyager's the one you used. I remember, like when I was probably like 10 years old. That was like our weekly nighttime thing. Is we'd watch Voyager while we folded laundry.
Yep.
Yep, that was a long time ago.
Yep. You and me, yeah, we were the only ones that liked sci-fi in the family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alex Brazar says, I appreciate Andy's use of Next Generation references. I think you're the one who brought up Tuvix that one time, right? That was a Voyager thing.
Oh, yeah?
And, Jay Fuller, he says he just started rewatching Star Trek Next Generation. Okay, so you know the trick, and that trick being season 1 sucks.
Oh, that's nice.
A lot of people, they try to get into Next Generation and they watch a few episodes and they're like, this just isn't, because season 1 was trying to be like the old like Shatner years where it was just corny and kind of dumb. And it didn't track for a new audience because I think the distance between them was at least 10 years. And people wanted more like hard sci-fi and that sort of thing. And season 1 was not it. But season 2, all throughout the rest, it's just nothing but gold, I would say. Joe says I need to watch Picard. I don't know. I've heard Picard is not, I don't know. It doesn't hold up, or not hold up. It doesn't like, it's not as good as you would expect or hope. But maybe I'm wrong.
I just learned from our listeners that STNG is not just for Sting; it's also for Star Trek Next Generation.
Yep.
That's right.
Look at you getting hip with the lingo.
I'm getting hip with the lingo, man. There's no doubt about it. No question. No, I like talking about this kind of stuff, but it's like, so Tiffany, you got to come in more often. I haven't seen you in what has been about a year and a half since I've seen you.
Probably, yeah.
I wonder if we
Absolutely.
could find out. We could probably find
Absolutely.
out.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not doing anything. Just,
You're not doing anything?
She's
No,
touring.
I'm doing stuff. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like I go, I at this point I live alone, empty nest, a whole bit. And I'm, I'm mostly self-employed. So it's like, and I'm the worst boss for myself because I'm the worst employee. Like I have to,
Are you lazy? Are you lazy and unproductive?
I'm really good. I think it's not even that I'm so much. It's just I'm very good at justifying what productivity might mean on a daily basis. I can definitely move my own goalposts quite easily.
Yeah.
And since there's no committee, but yeah, no, I've got a couple projects that I'm excited about that I'll be able to talk about a little bit more. They're not quite there yet, but I'm hoping in the next month. So,
Good.
but yeah,
Come back in.
Yeah, I would love it. Yeah,
Whenever you can
absolutely.
talk about it.
It looks like
Oh, you
you
gotta
were
come back
on October 2024. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
a almost a year
Really?
and a half.
Yeah.
A year and a half. My God,
Yeah,
that's
a long
far
time
too
ago.
long.
Well, you were talking about before we had you on the show. You said the last time you were in it was that car selling secrets.
I think
That's not true because that was 2022.
Oh wow, was
Yeah.
that 2022?
A long time ago. But yeah, you were on our show.
Okay, it was yours. Okay.
October 2024.
Was Doug
Wow.
there? My God, the memory.
There was
Telling
Doug
you.
Jones was there.
Doug
Well, that's
Jones.
not. Nope.
His name, someone named Doug.
A
I
Doug
don't
was
know.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. There was a Doug. You were close.
We found a Doug on the street.
Memory, yeah.
Thank God, really? There you have it. All right. So again, when's your next appearance? Where is it?
I will be. So there's a bar in Northeast Minneapolis called Spring Street Tavern, and
Oh,
in the
sure.
basement
Yep.
there's a punk rock bar called Club Underground, but they do comedy. And so there's two shows,
Yeah.
and it's Saturday, April 11th. It's called The Dirty Show. It's hosted by Wayne Burfine and Carly McMenamin, and so if you can get tickets there, I think it's really fitting that we're having two dirty shows before Easter Sunday. So
I got them covered, do you? I'm glad to hear
Get
that.
that
I
out of your
just looked
system.
at that when I booked it. I'm like, nothing like yep. So yeah, it's usually comedians doing a lot of material that we would not normally present in a corporate or a normal environment. So you'll see-
Sponsorship heavy environment.
yeah, you'll see some fresh stuff, and you'll definitely hear some things you wouldn't hear at home, probably.
Probably true. How are corporate gigs now? Are they, because that used to be a big part of comedy. Is that even around anymore?
Yeah, actually, I'm doing that.
Good,
That is my
good.
next gig. That's Saturday. But yeah, I'm going to La Crosse, and I'm entertaining a group of car salesmen. So I think that's actually going to be a lot of fun.
Bless you.
I'm sneezing again.
Bless you twice.
What the hell?
What?
Oh, it's my signal that we got to go. What the hell? All right. Well, you and Andy stay in touch. You got to pop on more often. It's great having you on today.
Yeah.
And Andy didn't tell me you were going to be on, so it was a surprise. That was
Like I
nice.
said, I forgot. So yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah,
But we're doing it from now on. You're never going to know. I'm just going to pop in.
Works for me.
fine. You know where to find us.
I can close out the show with my latest Ethanism.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
What the hell did that kid do now?
So we were in the sunroom, and he got all of his blankets, and he said he was going to he likes to pretend to take a nap. Like he doesn't take a nap, he just pretends to take a nap. That's
Okay.
very fun. But it was very bright in there because it's the sunroom and it's covered in windows. And he's like, "Why is it so bright in here?" I said, "Because the sun's out." And I was like, he said, "We can't sleep if it's bright." And I was like, "Yeah, it's daytime for you." And he said, "The sun is dumb. I will just smash the sun with a giant hammer."
Oh, well. Okay.
Okay,
I think he's been playing Mario too much.
Yeah, I don't know where he gets things like that. Smashing the sun with a giant hammer.
He's thinking outside the box.
He
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, there you go.
Boy, does he ever?
All right. We'll have a magnificent day. Tiffany, stay in touch. It'd be great
Yes.
to have you in. I love
Thank
having
you so much.
Good to
Live
see
long
you.
and prosper, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, there you
Well,
go.
you're-
Oh,
Do it.
ooh, I
Still
can.
do it.
Hey, me too.
Look at
Hey,
that.
look at us.
What's
How about
Nana?
double hands, huh? Look at that.
Look at you.
I know that's a different show, but
Mork and Mindy with Robin Williams.
Oh,
I never
that's right.
watched that.
that was a good
Oh,
show.
well. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Every time I hear the singing reminds me how you talking